The hypocrisy knows no bounds. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show, guys. This is the Locks Report. I am the narrative. This is an unsanctioned broadcast. You guys know what's up. All opinions in this segment are those of the narrative and no one else. We here are all about the news, guys, in the Archieverse. And I want to break it down for you guys. What is the Locks Report? We get a lot of fanfare over at the franchise club and a lot of other spots that like to, definitely give us a shout out. So, I want to give everybody a bit of a breakdown of what is the Locks Report. So the Locks Report is an independent, pay-to-play funded, definitely for profit, obviously monetized, misaligned, non-informative, uncivilized, Viking entertaining live Locks Report. And the Locks Report encompasses citizen journalism with commentary and opinion only on trolling that interests me and can be found exclusively live streaming in the Archieverse, guys. We have a bit of a banger today, a interesting story that I did a bit of investigative journalism. I don't always do that. Usually it's just a bit of, Viking trolling and, shoot from the hip type trolling. But, a very, very interesting live stream happened. I don't think anybody really saw it because Watch Nikki was supposed to stream like hours ago, rival stream against our good friend Marcelo. Didn't end up doing that and kind of did a quick stream at what he calls a PSA, a public service announcement. So I'll kind of break it down for you guys because it's a bit of news here in this a little bit of a nugget of interest and news here from his live stream. So I do have up on the screen Watch Nicholas's live stream. It's called Lux and JB file more privacy strikes after months of doxing and marketing genius. So Nick has been on this narrative about Lux and everybody under the sun has been filing like privacy complaints. And, our good friend Nicholas doesn't do that. He says, show me the receipts, guys, of me ever doing something like that. And, the title of this Locks Report is, did Watch Nicholas self-blast on the privacy complaints, guys? Because, if you guys had, he's blown up the picture a little bit. And I'm gonna show it to you guys here in a second, where, he's basically using his Gmail account to show the alleged privacy complaints that were filed against him over the past few days, but didn't notice that he had also shown a bit more information that is, where we've been talking about that Nick is, really the type of guy where I say, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. He himself has filed a number of privacy complaints. JB's talked about this, and many other people have talked about this a few months ago where, he had filed privacy complaints against the franchise club, against Curly, right? So he's not immune to doing this. And, we do have the receipts today, guys. So I'm going to blow this up. So if you can see here right at the top, Nick is talking about, the privacy complaints that were filed. These privacy complaints were filed, I guess 10:14 a.m., December 3rd, December 26th, all this stuff, right? But if we go a little bit further down, what he didn't realize is he also showed privacy complaints that he had filed, where YouTube is saying, hey, we've received your privacy complaints. Privacy complaint received. Privacy complaint received. Privacy complaint received, where it says the reference number for your complaint is whatever. We received your privacy complaint about this content. Now, Watch Nicholas likes to claim that he's the only one who's receiving privacy complaints, but never files them himself. Well, you guys can go to this video and easily blow it up and see, the number of privacy complaints he filed in June, which were likely the ones that happened against the franchise club. And, it's got his reference number here. It says your privacy complaint has been received. And here's the reference number. We received your privacy complaint about this content. So, when we talk about, showing the receipts, boys, we definitely show the receipts. And we even show the receipts of those that are calling us to show the receipts of, Watch Nicholas striking other channels, filing privacy complaints. The same thing he likes to go on and cry victim about every single day, right? He comes on every day saying, oh, these people have doxed me using a photo that I went to a public event for, right? Like, I think the one that JB used was, Watch Nick wearing this plum sweater that he wore to the fish fry meetup, which was a public event, but he calls that doxing, right? He's okay with using other people's photos from public events, and that's not doxing. But if somebody uses his, it's doxing, right? And, similarly, here on the screen, he has no problem showing, the privacy complaints that he claims people have filed against him over the past couple of days, but didn't realize that he was also showing privacy complaints that he actually filed himself, right at the bottom where it says privacy complaints received, from YouTube. So this is really where you can see the hypocrisy from Wash Nicholas. Now, this is not, I mean, for those that are actually in the know, we all get it, right? We all know that Nick does this, right? The hypocrisy knows no bounds in the Archieverse, but don't think for a second this guy doesn't file privacy complaints. It's commonly known he did this to the franchise club, right? Like, he actually showed it himself on the screen. These are from June 25th, June 24th, June 25th, where, he filed his own privacy complaints. It says privacy complaint received. We have received your privacy complaint about this content. Like, this is what I'm getting at with Nick is, he will always play the victim that, oh, everybody's doing this to me and I don't do this. And my channel is the group of guys that are, we were just here to have fun. But that's not actually the case. Watch Nicholas has been guilty of this himself. And he actually self-blasted by showing his own privacy complaints that he filed. And I don't know if a lot of people caught that, but when I was watching his stream, I was like, oh, well, hold on. There's a lot of privacy complaints. So let's just have a look at these receipts. And then I started seeing, well, he's actually showing the ones that he's filed because he's stupid enough to, literally just Control F privacy. And yeah, I mean, it's probably going to show the complaints that are filed against it, but also is going to show the ones that he filed. So a bit of a self-blast here on old Watch Nicky's side. But you know what, guys? Here at the Locks Report, we do investigative journalism, guys. We catch the fucking stories as they happen, right? Like, we don't wait months on months on months like the Docs Report does to wait for Curly and other people to break the story. Nah, we are on the breaking news, the bleeding edge of these kinds of stories, guys. And look, like, kind of an aside from that, we have a lot of sources all over the map, right? Sources within Nicky's camp that he doesn't even know, are feeding us information. We got a bit of a screenshot here, allegedly from Nicky's Discord, where Nick is saying, wow, we have spies in the Discord. What do I do? And he writes, some of the Discord messages were posted on Archie's disaster. I'm worried about the stock stuff. Like, this is super interesting. Like, what would he be worried about with the stock stuff? Like, is it because, like, maybe Nick is doing better than, he's telling people he's doing, and therefore people wouldn't send money now? I don't know. But, Nick is claiming, and, probably rightfully so, that there are folks feeding us information from his camp. It's not uncommonly known, guys. We've got, obviously, our sources all over the place here at the Locks Report. We don't disclose our sources, right? We protect our sources, but, we will make sure that the information gets out to the Archieverse, because look, guys, we truly care about the news stories as they break, live for you guys. And like I said, right, Watch Nicholas, I showed the receipts, baby. You filed a ton of privacy complaints. It's in your email. Anybody can go check out that live stream of Nick's. It's still live. Blow up the screen. You guys will see it for yourself, guys. But look, that's how she goes, right? The hypocrisy knows no bounds. Now, I do appreciate everybody joining us here on the Locks Report. This is The Narrative. I'll see you guys next time. Keep on keeping on, guys. Peace out. Take care.
What? Let's say what?